Everybody knows the black horse from the logo of the famous car brand Ferrari. The logo has been a status symbol for decades, and every car enthusiast dreams about driving one someday in their life. But how did Ferrari manage to get this status, and who created the car brand? It all started with a man of extraordinary vision, Enzo Ferrari. Born in the small Italian town of Modena in 1898, Enzo Ferrari had become passionate about cars and racing at an early age. As a young child, he would often daydream about owning and driving a car, and as he grew older, this passion only strengthened. But his time had to wait. Enzo Ferrari's early life was also marked by tragedy and loss. Italy came to war with the Ottoman Empire and into conflicts with the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which led to a world war. Enzo was enlisted into the Italian Army's 3rd Mountain Artillery Regiment during World War I. This is the reason why he could no longer follow up on his dreams during that time. When the war was finally over in 1918, another tragic thing happened. His father and brother died due to the Italian flu, which had a large impact on Enzo's life. After the tragedy of his father, Enzo went looking for a new job. He applied for a job at CMN as a test driver in Milan after he got rejected by Fiat in Turin. After some time at CMN, Enzo made his debut in the racing world in 1919 at the Parma Poggio di Perceto race, where he finished 4th. Enzo also participated in the Targa Florio race on the 23rd of November. He unfortunately couldn't finish the race because of mechanical problems, but still finished 9th. After this race, Enzo got a job offer from Alfa Romeo as a test driver for their racing team. At the time, Enzo was a young man with a passion for cars and racing, and he was eager to turn his love of motorsports into a career. As a test driver, Enzo was responsible for putting the cars through their paces and providing feedback to the engineers and designers. He quickly developed a reputation as a talented driver and was soon promoted to team manager. In this role, Ferrari was responsible for leading the Alfa Romeo racing team and ensuring that the cars were prepared and raced to their full potential. Under Enzo's leadership, Alfa Romeo became one of the top racing teams of the era, competing in and winning races in Italy and throughout Europe. Enzo's best year was in 1924 when he won 3 races: Coppa Acerbo in Pescara, Ravenna, and Polesine. Despite his success with Alfa Romeo, Enzo was not completely satisfied with working for others. He wanted to build and race cars that reflected his vision and philosophy and create a team that he could truly call his own. In 1929, Enzo took the bold step of leaving Alfa Romeo and starting his racing team, which he called Scuderia Ferrari. The early years of the team were difficult, as Enzo struggled to establish himself in the competitive world of motorsports. He had limited resources and few contacts, but he was determined to succeed. Despite the challenges, Enzo's passion and dedication to motorsports helped him to build a successful racing team. With 2 drivers named Giuseppe Campari and Tassio Nuvolari, the car they used, named Alfa Romeo P3, and the team drivers helped the team achieve a lot of great successes from the start. During this time, the famous horse logo also started to appear on the team vehicles. Francesco Baracca was an Italian fighter pilot who designed and wore the symbol on his plane. During World War I, an Austrian plane shot down and killed Baracca. As a tribute to Baracca, Enzo chose to use the black horse as their logo. In 1939, Enzo left Alfa Romeo and started the company named Avio Costruzioni, a company that provided car parts for other race teams. After a while, Enzo got sued by the manager of Alfa Romeo named Ugo Gobato, and eventually, Enzo had to sign a contract that says that Enzo couldn't produce or race any car for the upcoming 4 years. Because of this, Enzo was forced to produce weapons in his fabric for Italy during World War II. When the fabric got bombed by an American airplane, Enzo moved from Modena to Maranello. Despite the success he reached by leading the successful Scuderia Ferrari racing team, Enzo felt that he had reached the limits of what he could achieve by simply preparing and racing cars for others. He wanted to create cars that truly reflected his vision and philosophy, and he wanted to build a brand that was synonymous with performance, style, and innovation. So, in 1947, Enzo started his own car company named Ferrari. Enzo's first goal was to compete against Alfa Romeo and set up his own Ferrari racing team. After 1 year of preparing, Enzo made his debut with the Ferrari racing team in 1948. Enzo led his successful racing team and had a lot of victories, but because of his focus on racing and winning, Ferrari didn't make a lot of profit. So Ferrari started producing cars that could be sold in the car market in 1958. It all started with the Ferrari 250 GT with a powerful V12 engine. In the upcoming years, Ferrari continued to produce new cars and participate in a lot of races. But in 1969, Fiat bought 50% of the Ferrari company. This acquisition led to the production of new cars such as the 308 GTB, the 308 GTS, and followed closely by the 328 and the 365 Daytona. Over time, Ferrari was still seen as an average car brand, and Enzo wanted that to change. In 1984, Enzo and his team came up with the Ferrari Testarossa. Its designs, alongside the powerful V12 engine, became everyone's favorite and made it the best-selling Ferrari of the 20th century, until the even more popular Ferrari F40 came out, the first car in history that broke the 200 miles per hour mark. After all the success, Enzo passed away at the age of 90 on August 14, 1988. The cause of death was heart failure. Enzo Ferrari was an iconic figure in the world of motorsports and is credited with building one of the most successful and recognizable car brands in history. He dedicated his life to his company and the sport of racing, and his legacy continues to inspire car enthusiasts around the world. If you liked this video as much as we did, leave a like on this video and subscribe to our channel for more informational and inspiring stories.